That night in Busan was supposed to be remembered as a celebration of music, passion, and unforgettable memories. The stadium was overflowing with excitement as thousands of armies raised their glowing purple light sticks into the sky. The cheers were deafening, and the energy in the air felt almost unreal. No one in that crowd knew that within moments, joy would turn into fear, and a night of celebration would become one of the most emotional moments BTS had ever experienced. Under the dazzling stage lights, BTS performed with incredible passion. Every dance move was perfectly synchronized. Every note carried emotion. The crowd sang along to every lyric, creating a sea of voices that echoed across the stadium. It was the kind of moment artists dream of their entire lives. Among them stood Jungkook, the golden magne, giving everything he had to the performance. Sweat glistened under the lights, but his eyes remained full of determination. Tonight wasn't just another concert. It was a gift to the fans who had waited so long for this moment. As the music reached its peak, Jungkook moved toward the extended stage. Fans screamed louder than ever, sensing that something special was about to happen. This was part of a surprise performance prepared especially for the audience. On the other side of the stage, Taehyung smiled warmly at the crowd. Like always, he radiated calm confidence. Yet none of the members could have imagined what was about to happen next. Jungkook took a deep breath. Then he ran. The crowd exploded with excitement as he launched himself into the air, performing a breathtaking acrobatic flip beneath the bright lights. For a brief second, time itself seemed to freeze. Thousands of eyes followed his movement across the sky. Everything looked perfect, until it wasn't. The moment Jungkook landed, something felt wrong. His foot slipped, his body lost balance, and before anyone could react, he fell. Hard. A loud gasp spread through the stadium. The music suddenly stopped. The cheers disappeared. An eerie silence swallowed the arena. Thousands of fans stood frozen in shock, unable to believe what they had just witnessed. Some covered their mouths in disbelief. Others immediately began to cry. For a moment, it felt as though time had stopped. Then Taehyung saw him. Jungkook was lying motionless on the stage. The smile instantly disappeared from Taehyung's face. His heart sank. Without thinking, he ran. Not as a performer, not as an idol, but as someone desperately afraid of losing a person precious to him. Jungkook. His voice trembled as it echoed across the silent stadium. Fans who heard that cry would later say they had never heard Taehyung sound so afraid. Taehyung dropped to his knees beside Jungkook. His hands trembled as he gently touched his friend's shoulder. "Jungkook, can you hear me?" No answer. His breathing became uneven. Fear filled his eyes. Behind him, the other BTS members rushed over with expressions of shock and concern. RM quickly called for staff, while Jimin stood frozen, unable to hide his tears. Within seconds, medical staff ran onto the stage carrying emergency equipment. The once magical purple lights changed as the arena shifted into emergency mode. The atmosphere had completely changed. This was no longer just a concert. This was real. And everyone knew it. Fans throughout the stadium lowered their light sticks. Many clasped their hands together in silent prayer. Some cried openly. Others whispered messages of hope. No one cared about the concert anymore. They only wanted Jungkook to be safe. Despite the medical team surrounding Jungkook, Taehyung refused to leave his side. He held Jungkook's hand tightly, as if by holding on he could somehow protect him. His eyes, usually bright and playful, were now filled with fear. For the first time, millions watching realized that even global superstars experience the same fears as everyone else. The fear of losing someone they love. Minutes felt like hours. The silence in the stadium grew heavier. Every movement made by the medical staff was watched with anxious eyes. Then suddenly, a finger moved. It was small, almost impossible to notice. But Taehyung saw it immediately. His eyes widened. Jungkook. The medical team quickly checked his condition again. And then, Jungkook's eyelids slowly began to move. A soft breath escaped his lips. He was awake. The entire stadium erupted into tears and applause. Some fans hugged strangers beside them. Others cried from relief. The nightmare was finally ending. Taehyung lowered his head as tears rolled down his cheeks. He had been holding them back this entire time. "Can you hear me?" he whispered softly. Jungkook weakly nodded. Though exhausted, he gave a faint smile, as if trying to reassure everyone that he would be okay. At that moment, the heavy fear that had covered the hearts of everyone in the stadium finally began to disappear. Medical staff carefully helped Jungkook sit up. The other members stayed close, making sure he was safe. No one wanted to leave his side. Not even for a second. Later that night, behind the stage, the noise of the concert had faded into silence. Jungkook rested quietly while receiving medical care. Beside him sat Taehyung, still watching, still worried, still there. When Jungkook finally opened his eyes again, he saw Taehyung sitting nearby. A weak smile appeared on his face. "I'm sorry for worrying you," Jungkook whispered. Taehyung slowly shook his head. His voice trembled as he replied, "Never apologize for something like this. Stages can be rebuilt. Performances can happen again. But you can never be replaced." For a moment, neither of them spoke. No cameras, no lights, no screaming crowds. Just two friends sitting quietly in the silence. That night in Busan became more than a concert. It became a reminder that behind fame and success are human hearts that can feel fear, pain, and love. Because in the end, trophies fade. Applause disappears. But the people who stay beside you during your darkest moments, those are the ones who truly matter.